Today is a beautiful morning for some spring baking. This Sunday reset is a bit different. Instead of our usual cleaning motivation, decluttering, and organization, we'll be getting lots of baking done. And we're baking everything from scratch. So if you guys enjoy cozy homemaking content, I hope you guys enjoy today's video. I really enjoy baking on days like this. It just makes the home feel really cozy. On today's homemaking checklist, we have to make 2 artisan breads, and I'm making one with a cinnamon raisin swirl kind of look, and we're also making a whole wheat bread. So for the whole week, I like to have my flour. It's half white flour or all-purpose flour and half whole wheat. And for the cinnamon swirl, I'm just using all white flour. Now for me, I love to add fats to my artisan bread. I know that's not the usual way of making it, but it makes the bread so much more softer and fluffy. So for my whole wheat, I'm adding about a tablespoon of olive oil to my water. And for my cinnamon raisin swirl, we're going to be adding milk and butter. I know we're adding milk as a substitute for the water and about a tablespoon of butter, and we're also adding just a little bit of vanilla. Trust me, it tastes amazing. And if you guys have never made artisan bread before, you're definitely going to enjoy the cinnamon swirl because it's so much more lighter and fluffier this way. I also have to complete a little bit of sweets. Of course, my husband loves sweets, so we're just going to be making a chocolate cake loaf. So I'm mixing all of the ingredients by hand. I did not want to pull out any mixing machines, and it's actually really easy and simple to make. If you guys are interested in any of my recipes, I will do my best to leave them down in the description box for you guys. I didn't have any chocolate chips, but I did have a lot of chocolate sprinkles, so that's what we're going to be using instead of chocolate chips, and it does make the cake really extra chocolatey if you're a chocoholic like I am. In the comments down below, I want all of you guys to write one thing that you no longer buy from the food stores. Mine is bread. Put one thing that you no longer buy from the food store and the reason why. So my reason for not purchasing bread anymore from the food store is because I've noticed that the breads no longer go bad. I don't know why, but if I can leave a loaf of bread on the countertop for a month and it doesn't spoil, it just feels like something's wrong with that. So now I make my bread from home, so I know exactly what's inside it and what my family is consuming. And that makes me feel a little bit more health conscious, and it eases my mind a bit when I think about what my family is consuming and what's going inside their bodies. Now there's a lot of other stuff that I want to start making from home. I also want to start growing more vegetables and fruits from home, but we're going to work on that later on down, little at a time, one step at a time. For our whole wheat bread, I love adding seeds to the top because I add seeds on the inside. It just gives that nice, smoky, kind of nutty taste. I absolutely love that crunch on the top of the bread. But of course, if you do not like seeds on the top of your bread, you don't have to. But I and my husband, we really enjoy it. So I'm just going to add some extra seeds on top. And as soon as my Dutch oven is nice and hot, we're going to add that to the Dutch oven. So I'm just adding it to a bowl to rise or proof for 40 minutes until the Dutch oven is really hot. Also, to help it steam really well, I'm just going to add just a few ice cubes inside there. Cover it back up. We're going to bake covered for 30 and uncovered with the temperature turned down a bit for 10. While our first artisan loaf is baking, we're going to work on the second so we have it rising. So as soon as the first one is completed, we're going to pop this one right back into that Dutch oven and let that bake so we can move on to the next. We're trying to knock all of this out really quickly. I don't want to be in this kitchen too long, and I want to have everything done before noon. So for my cinnamon swirl, I'm just going to try to stretch the dough without taking too much of the air bubbles out of it. After stretching it, I'm going to take my cinnamon sugar mix and I'm just going to spread it to the center, add some raisins, fold one half, then add some more of that cinnamon sugar and raisins to that side, fold again, and then lastly I'm going to add a little bit more of that cinnamon sugar and raisin, and we're going to do our best just to tuck it in tightly. So make sure you tuck it in without taking out too much of the air bubbles, because that's what makes an artisan bread or a sourdough or an artisan bread. On to our last bread of the evening. We're going to be making some garlic cheese rolls, and it's going to be nice and cheesy. So if you guys are looking for some dinner rolls, this is a great substitute. Of course, you don't have to add cheese to it. I'm just adding a little bit of cheese to ours, but of course you don't have to. You can add whatever you guys enjoy to your bread. So I'm just going to stretch this out and make sure that I flatten it just a bit, because I'm going to be rolling it the way you would roll a cinnamon roll. After spreading my dough out, I'm going to add my garlic butter mix, and this is just butter, some melted butter or softened butter. The butter that I use in the container is actually a vegan butter, so I'm going to use that with some salt and garlic and some chives. It's the dried chives. Spread that on, and then my cheese, I'm going to slice it into 6 rolls because I only want to make 6. And I'm going to just roll them up the same way you would roll a cinnamon roll and place them in my container to start proofing. Of course, if you just want a dinner roll, skip the whole garlic, butter, and cheese. Just separate your rolls, roll them up into balls, place them inside your container to proof, and then you can bake. So it's pretty simple. It's a very versatile dough. You can do whatever you want with it. After my dough has proofed, I'm going to go ahead and add it into the oven for about 15 to 17 minutes. It doesn't really take long. I just want to make sure the center is nice and cooked, and it came out beautifully. So here's everything that we've baked for the next 2 weeks or so. I do slice up everything and put them in portions and freeze them. The bread can be freezed up to 3 months, so that is definitely a plus. So after doing all of my slicing, I'm just going to go ahead and store it, keep some out for this week, and put the rest away. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up before you leave, and also hype this video. There's a new hype button, so make sure you hype this video so it can be put in the front of more viewers. Before you guys leave, I just want to thank you for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. So as always, until next time, auf Wiedersehen.